it's Chloe and we're back with another video. This is Put a Ring on It Season 3, Episode 5, baby. I'm gonna name this myself and it should have been called You Should Have Known Better Than to Think DMing Chicks was cool. You should have known better than to think she wouldn't leave your ass looking like a fool. Child, that's the remix, okay? Look, Otis, Otis, you know better. You know better, okay? Like you told her she know better, you know better. Why did you think that it was gonna be okay? It was never gonna be okay. Like it was just not gonna be okay, baby. Y'all, let's get into this daggone review. So, the episode picks up exactly where we left off, okay? Shay in the parking lot acting the freaking fool. She is out here calling this girl all types of raggedy hoes, okay? She's telling her that you got her effed up, okay? She's in the parking lot like, you know what finds out? You know what finds out? F you, I'm not about to keep doing this. I'm not about to keep going through this, okay? Homegirl in the inside like, why did she sign up for this? Like, if she was going to be acting like this. And I'm like, that's what we was saying. That's what we was asking, girl. It's not just you. She goes into her confessional like, I don't think I overreacted, okay? Fonzo don't care about my feelings, okay? He always dismisses my feelings. What he should have did was control his date and then come pull me to the side so we can have a conversation. But why, Shay? But why? I thought the purpose of this, when Dr. Nicole said to you, was to control your emotions and to trust the process and to focus and solely focus on your date. So he did what he was supposed to do, but you came out there acting a fool. Why are you even so concerned with him not acknowledging you? It's the pattern of he won't introduce me, he won't introduce me, he won't introduce you that got you all screwed up in the head, which is why you up here acting a fool on national television. Girl, jealousy don't look cute on you. It don't look cute on you, okay? So overall, y'all, the two people that they was on dates with decided they was gonna have their own date. They was gonna eat the food, they was gonna drink, they was gonna talk to get to know each other. I want to know the update. Did they hook up afterwards? Like, what's the deal? Did we get another couple out of this or something? Because like, dang, if they had to deal with that, poor them, okay? She was like, this your first date with her? And he was like, yeah. She was like, with her? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, you should be sorry. Because, like, girl, you didn't even make a good impression for yourself. What was the purpose of just acting out like this? I just don't understand. Like, we already knew what was happening. You already knew that y'all was going on a date. Why did you want her? Why did you want him to acknowledge you? Why did you want him to pull you to the side to have a conversation? Dr. Nicole told us, focus on your date. Focus on your date. But what did you do? You focused on Alfonso. No. So you were wrong. Completely wrong. And you almost got hit in the face with a plate. But hey. So now it's time for Shorty to go on her date, okay? And her date comes to the house. Her date's kind of cute, so I'm not going to hold you. I feel like Shorty be getting some of the cutest dates out of everybody, okay? Her date's kind of cute. He comes in with the flowers, okay? Here come Kenny opening up the door, patting him down. I'm like, Kenny, please. He starts something. I just went into bouncer mode like when I used to work at the strip club. Kenny, ain't nobody scared of you. Ain't nobody scared of you, Kitty, but okay. So then he comes in, they start talking, and he's like, you kind of short to be this, and you kind of, like, just going back and forth, whatever the case may be. So when Shorty saw him instantly, she was like, oh yeah, he's my type, okay? His build, this, that, and the other. She was liking what she saw, okay? And I feel like she's been getting some of the cuter dates. I'm just gonna say it. She's got some of the cutest dates, okay? It's like they want her to leave Kenny. That's what it's giving. It's giving like they made a plan to get her to leave Kenny. Okay, so they go out onto their date, and then Kenny and meets up with his date, and they go into this place, okay? So they go in, they sit down. Now listen, when Shorty is talking to her date, he's telling her that he came here because he built a gym out here, this, that, and the other. So, you know, this gets her moist, okay? This gets her real moist because she like, oh, he's stable. We got a good head on his shoulder, this, that, and the other. And she was like, Kenny said all that to me, okay? He said he had all his ish together. Come to find out he didn't, girl. He didn't. He lied and lied and lied some more. And I was like, I saw the lies because we saw it from his last day when he was telling old girl that he do this, and this. And like, I'm sitting here like, sure you do. Sure you do, Kenny. So she said that before she figured out the truth, she was already in love. And I'm like, girl, well, how long did it take you to fall in love before you realized that he was faking it until he was making it? Like, how long did it take? Okay, she's being real extra about the food. Oh my God, it's like a party in my mouth. The food is so good. Like, really, really loud. Okay, doing the most to get his attention, but not get his attention. She claims she don't want to focus on him, but she focusing on him, okay? Her and old girl, Kenny's date, is having a stare down. They're like going back and forth, back and forth, staring at each other and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, yo, y'all got to chill out. Like, girl, why was they seated like that? They were seated like this, like one behind the other. So the girl just kept looking back, looking back. So if you want to be technical, old girl was staring at shorty. That's what it was. Old girl was staring at shorty, and shorty just so happened to be looking up every now and then and again, okay? Kenny, you can tell Kenny is not really focused on any of this. He just want to, like, get his things and go, okay? He can't focus because his girl is back there having a date with someone who may actually have their itch together, and he can't handle that, okay? You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth, okay? So, Kitty's Day is telling him, like, so, like, why are you not really committed? He's like, I am committed. And I'm like, girl, you don't know. He the one that want to get married. She's the one that don't. Like, don't make him think it's anything different. It's not. It's just not, okay? She's like, you know how guys were married, like, the wifey type, and then they would, like, cheat on the wifey type with the party girl? Like, you should just find someone who does all of that. And he's like, yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe this relationship isn't what I really want. And I'm like, when did you figure this out? When she tried to break up with you plenty of times? When did you figure this out? When you was outside her job waiting for her? When did you figure this out? When you showed up at her new apartment? What do you mean? Maybe this isn't what you want. It's giving very much this is what you want. You're willing to fight to the end of death for it. Like, child, Kenny, are you opening up your eyes and realizing that shorty probably just don't want you? Because we all see it. We all see it. We definitely see it, okay? She says that her date was really helping her keep her attention on her, okay? And like he jumped into hero mode and that was so attractive to her. I say anybody that's not Kenny at this point is attractive to shorty, okay? I just have to say it is what it is, okay? Unfortunately, I don't even know why she's here because she doesn't want to marry this man. It's obvious, okay? So overall, that was the dates. And like I told y'all, I'm not going into deep details about these dates because it don't be giving what it's supposed to give half the time, okay? But Dr. Nicole goes to see Shay because Dr. Nicole need to figure out what's up with Shay. Sis, you out here looking a fool. You making us look bad as a whole, okay? We don't act like this, but you act like this, so what's going on? Shay says she wants to figure out, like, how did she end up here, how she could get to the point where she doesn't behave this way. So Shay says she's never act like this, and I beg to differ. You don't just explode like this and have the nerve to say you never act like this. The way Alfonso went and grabbed Shay and took her out of there is definitely giving this happens more than once. More than once, okay? So then Dr. Nicole says, so what happened? She was like, so he came in and he basically, like, ignored me. And Dr. Nicole was like, but y'all was supposed to basically focus on yourselves. Like, what are you talking about? She was like, how do you want him to make a decision if you won't let him go to the process? You want him to fill in pieces, but you won't let him, you know, get the pen to fill in those pieces. You have to give him the space to make that decision. So Shay is really upset because she feels like they've been through this over and over and over again. Dr. Nicole was like, let's get down to this marriage thing, this engagement thing. How did this go down? How did we get to taking the ring back? She says that they was getting ready to go to the courthouse. This is when she found out about the girl who posted the picture of them talking about he's the love of her life or whatever the case may be. And she still was willing to go through with the marriage. They went down to the courthouse, but the paperwork wasn't right, okay? It was some things missing that wasn't in place, okay? So they were still going to go through with the engagement. They went through with the engagement. They was having a party, but things didn't fit into place. Like he wasn't introducing her to the people he felt she was supposed to be introduced to. And now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, it sounded like they were about to elope. It doesn't even sound like they really had this romantic journey of like getting engaged and getting married. It sounds like it was like marry me on the spot. They went down to the courthouse in Vegas and was trying to get married and have the pieces together. That's what it's given, right? But either way, she said she called out the engagement, she separated, she packed her stuff, and she bounced, okay? She said that when she was single, she was actually very happy, but it felt like a piece of her was missing, or something was missing, and that piece was Alfonso. So she went back. She's kind of beating herself up for the fact of going back prematurely because nothing changed. Nothing happened. She's still in the same situation she was when she left that she is in now. So Dr. Nicole's basically like, so you're mad at yourself for going back? And she was like, yeah, I just don't know. And I'm fighting so hard so that he can know that like when I'm done, I'm done. I'm not turning back. There is no more coming back. And I'm like, sis, you say it like when you're done with someone, you're done with them, but you went back before. So is that true? So it's showing that it's not true, which is why he keeps behaving the way he behaves, because there's nothing that you can do but leave him. Because every time you leave and come back, there's no change. There's no change. So we get down to the fact that she's never really explained to him what she wants from him. She never really explains to him what she needs from him. So this is why he can't give it to her. She don't even know what she wants. And I'm like, how old is she? Like, it's time to sit down and put some things into place, okay? It's like you gotta get to that point where you say, I want a man who does this. I need a man who has this, these qualities, want children, family orientated, willing to, do all of these things, you need to pull that together and you come to the table correct. When you left for those 2 months, you should have been taking note. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And what I do expect from my next partner is this. And if you choose to go back to Alfonso, you have all your pieces in place. You got to step to be correct if we're going to make this work this time. I want to be introduced to the family correctly. I want to be treated with respect. I don't want you handing out money to people. Like, girl, it's time to lay down the law. Either he going to step up or he going to move on. But it is not your burden to carry his burden. All the men go out and they're playing pool, they're having drinks, having a good old time. Kenny decides that he's going to ask the men if they all ready to get down on one knee. Y'all ready to get down on one knee? Y'all ready to get down on one knee or whatever the case may be? And, Alfonso was like, can I just offer you a little bit of advice? I was like, not Alfonso offering Kenny advice, but go ahead, Alfonso, I want to know what it is. He was like, you need to get your ish together. You need to work on yourself, because as long as a woman has more than you, she's always going to use that as leverage. And I was like, exactly, this is what you're doing to Shay? Using because you have more than her, you're using it as leverage. Same thing, Otis. You're using it as leverage because you seem to have more than her. Oh, okay, it's making sense now how men think, okay? Oh, I have the money, I control everything. Okay, right. Kenny started to realize, like, yeah, you ain't got your ish together. You talk a good game, Kenny, but you're not delivering any receipts. Like, you telling all these women that you got this and you got that and you doing this and you doing that, but where is the receipts? Because you let Shorty tell it, baby, you can't hold the candle to nobody. All you want is the woman that's out of your league. Otis starts talking about how he's done with the arguing. He can't argue no more. He done with it, okay? Alfonso like, but you have to listen. And I'm like, Alfonso is out here giving out all the advice like his relationship is perfect. Are you taking any of this advice for yourself? Are you listening to what Shay is asking you? Like, introduce her to your mother? Are you listening? Absolutely not. But okay. It's always easy to give advice but never take your child. Why? Okay, they start talking about like if they propose and they if they propose to the women and the women say no, they probably never propose again, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, Alfonso, even though she say yes, you're still going to end up proposing to her again. Like, but are you going to change? Like, it's funny how you got all this advice for everyone else, but like, sir, are you working on yourself? Are you doing the things that you need to do? Are you listening? Do you have your ish together? And not just financially, overall, do you have your ish together? So then all the couples meet up for their group session. Now, y'all know group session is where it all happens. Okay. So we start getting into Shorty and Kenny. So, Kenny's saying, his date was cool or whatever, but she just wasn't his type. It was really no attraction. So Dr. Nicole, like, how you feel about that, Shorty? Shorty was like, he's attracted to women who's out of his league. Okay, he's attracted to women who got themselves together, this, that, and the other. Like, that's what it is. Like, when I first met him, he said he had this. He said he did that. He said he was this. And he's none of that. He's immature. He's not stable. Okay, he's not financially stable. Like, he's not a leader. And I mean, she was just going in on him like bang, 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 bang. And I kind of felt bad for him because it's like, dang, Kenny can't get a break. Okay, Kenny said that he feels like she just be beating him down every chance he get. And I'm like, it's kind of like verbal abuse at this point. You need to leave. She needs to leave. Y'all need to just both leave each other. So then when Dr. Nicole asked Kenny how he feel about it, he's just like, I don't really know what to say, She was like, this is something we need to revisit later. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. Like, this is a private conversation because if y'all try to have this conversation out in the open, it's going to be embarrassing for him. And like, as a man, you can't embarrass a man. You can't beat down their ego because they don't know how to handle that. So I'm glad that Dr. Nicole is going to have that private conversation with him in private on TV for us to see. Okay? So then we get over to Charlene and Otis. So they start having a conversation, and Charlene's basically saying, like, she doesn't feel like he's opening up to her about the process, about the dates, about everything that's happening, okay? So Otis decides that he's just going to come out of nowhere and say how he's been open to this process, and he actually opened up more to the point that he's DMing people, DMing his date on Instagram because they have some friends in common. So he was just like, oh, so what's up? I see you friends with such and such. I see you friends with such and such. Then they started talking about their dates or whatever. This instantly made Charlene upset. Why wouldn't it? You're DMing another girl, and she's really upset at the fact that he blindsided her. She's really upset at the fact that he's not telling her what he's doing. Like, You wait till we get on national television in front of the whole world and Dr. Nicole and all the couples to tell me that you're DMing a girl, okay? Shay was over there like, I would have been like DMing everybody. Charlene said, I'm about to go and DM her myself because I want to know, like, you talking to my man? I was like, girl, don't go to her woman to woman. Do not go to her woman to woman, okay? You already said she seemed like a child and she might get childish with you. She might just get childish with you, okay? Shorty was like, yeah. Is he talking about she should have known better? He should have known better. I said he definitely should have known better. And to think that DMing that girl was okay, it's not okay. It's not okay. Charlene said that they had made rules that they would not be texting anyone. And this is like texting. He's like, oh, really? She's like, yes, really. Yes, really. Dr. Nicole is like, listen, do you want a safe place where you could talk about your experiences and about the process and stuff like that? And she's like, yes. And then she asked him, do you want a safe place where you can be open up about your experience and your dates and stuff like that? And he says yes. So she was like, well, then you have to be that first. You have to be that. You want to give a safe space, you be a safe space. This is how you two need to communicate. But child, I feel like this kind of betrayal. Like, we had this conversation. She's been asking you to open up. She's been asking you about your dates, and you beat around the bush, scared to have that conversation because you know what you're doing is some BS. You know you're not supposed to be DMing that girl. So she's basically telling Dr. Cole, like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm like, this is a deal breaker. Like, he already knows. Like, I really hope that DM was worth it. Like, I'm not doing this. I'm done. Okay. So Dr. Nicole is like, okay, I understand you're mad. So we're gonna try to move on. She tries to move on to Alfonso and Shay, but Charlie was whispering to him like, you got me effed up. You got me effed up. You want to try to embarrass me? I will embarrass the ish out of you. I was like, ooh, sounds like she about to get violent. Sounds like she about to do a little payback on his behind. Child, she about to be all in her DMs, DMing everybody, okay? She's still whispering stuff to him. Dr. Nicole's like, would you like to share? She was like, actually, no, I would like to leave. Give me the keys so I can go. He was like, no. She was like, ain't no. Don't say no to me. I was like, boy, next time y'all go to group session, drive your own car so you could just get your keys and go. Because at this point, she got to get the keys from Otis. And Otis don't look like he the type to just hand over the key because this is not his thing, okay? He don't want no woman that's going to stand up to him and say nothing to him. And you definitely don't think you about to take his car. Just saying. I just feel like these couples got a lot of work to do if they have any chance to stand together. And I honestly don't think any of them should be together. I just don't. I feel like there's a lot of toxic energy going on. There's a lot of power struggles going on, and it's not healthy in any type of relationship. But I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. I'm definitely excited to see what this is going to look like, and I want Dr. Nicole to really break into Alfonso and Shay because I know we're going to get into it next week, okay? Especially when it's time to introduce them to the family because, like, why are we not introduced to the families already in 3- and 4-year relationships, Alfonso? Y'all, that's put a ring on it. That is put a ring on it. And it's a trip. It's definitely a trip. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, subscribe. If you don't have no comments, make sure that you just leave me some yellow hearts and let me know you stopped by. Tell me what you think about these couples and the direction in which they are going. Do y'all think anybody's gonna make it? Anybody? Until next time, y'all. Peace.